It's time for CSCGLVTV, the cancer support community of the Greater Lehigh Valley's weekly television program, right here on CWTAP. And now, here's your host, James J. Pepe.
Hi everyone, and welcome to the latest edition of CSCGLVTV. I'm James J. Pepe, Director of Development and Marketing for the Cancer Support Community Greater Lehigh Valley, and I'm your host for the show. Today joining me is Brad Patt. Brad is with one of our great Berkshire Hathaway organizations in the Lehigh Valley. So Brad, I'm going to let you go through that portion and then we'll dig into the interview.
It's an honor to be here, James. So my name again is Brad Patt. I'm a region president with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Fox and Roach Realtors, and the Trident Group. Really, we serve the Philadelphia market up to the Lehigh Valley, New Jersey, and northern Delaware. So it's a privilege to be here and look forward to our conversation.
Oh, it's going to be a good one. And, Brad, you have a fantastic team there, all through the region. So, for people at home, the home buying or home selling can be scary. You're going to be in good hands if you reach out to Brad and his team.
Thank you so much.
So let's talk a little bit about the Patt family and cancer support community of the Greater Lehigh Valley, because to say that there's history is an understatement, because it has been since day one of this organization. So can you just talk a little bit about how your family has been there?
Yeah, the cancer support community has near and dear to the Patt family in total. My father, Don Patt, who has passed, and my uncle Doug were founding board members and brought the charter of the cancer support community to the Lehigh Valley, really seeing a need in the valley for local support and programming, especially something that could be provided at no charge to individuals going through cancer treatment and their families. So this was a mission that they really set forth, finding other like-minded board members and initiating this local chapter. And I really continue to see the awesome need, unfortunately, here in the Lehigh Valley for this great support network, and want to provide support in a financial way, in every way that we can.
And a lot of that has been through a fantastic event that your family has led for now the 29th year. It's the Charlie and Don Patt Memorial Golf Tournament. And let's talk about that a little bit. And, again, from that beginning, how did that idea come about? Why golf? Why not a different style fundraiser? And, what was that first year like, trying to get this off the ground?
I mean, it predates me to a degree, but Don and Doug, 29 years ago now, looked at a vehicle that could help them support originally an endowed lectureship in oncology at Lehigh Valley Hospital. They were approached by the hospital network, and they were, I want to say, avid golfers, not necessarily, but avid golfers, and saw that as a vehicle to drive funds through other sponsors, in addition to Pat White Company back in the day, and their personal donations, but their sphere of influence, their other friends that were business owners. They leveraged the original Charlie Patt Memorial to help fund that endowed lectureship. And then their involvement in the cancer support community. Once that lectureship was funded, they transitioned all funds to the cancer support community. And so since that date, and for all the years that I've been involved, cancer support community has been the only beneficiary of the now Charlie and Don Patt Memorial. And
the funding that is provided really goes a long way for our community members impacted by cancer. It allows us to keep offering those programs and services free of charge, which was so important at the founding. So we greatly appreciate the work that you and your family and your businesses have put in over the years. It's been tremendous. And let's talk a little bit about a few of the spots. We're going to go into this year's tournament,
sure,
but I know it's moved around a little bit.
It
so
has.
What are a couple of those places that you've been to around the valley?
Yeah, I mean, we've hosted at Woodstone, Old Homestead, and today we're hosting at the club at Twin Lakes, which really has proven to be a great facility, great location here in the valley. With the improvements made to the clubhouse, it's been a well-received destination for our local golfers and participants.
And this year being year 29, and we're getting close to event day. If somebody wants to take part,
Yeah.
how can they do so? Because I've been peeking at the list, and I think we've got a sellout on our hands.
We do,
here.
and I appreciate all your support, James, and the team here at Cancer Support Community. I want to acknowledge, Berkshire Hathaway, Fox and Roach. It's an entire team effort that gets behind this event. We've been a ultimate sponsor for the, as long as I can remember, doing a grant for the Cancer Support Community, and that's a great foundation of the funds raised. But year in, year out, we have tremendous support, and we've achieved to date $1.1 million plus in total funds raised through the Charlie and Don Patt Memorial, and this year we're hoping to crest 1.2 million. Year in, year out, the participants that come back, the sponsors that come back, we couldn't be more grateful that we're at a near sellout for the event approaching May 18th, noon, again at the club at Twin Lakes. So we do have a couple spots left, but obviously we also always welcome sponsorships, donations. That's really where the funds we can generate are raised. So if anyone has interest, you can certainly contact the Cancer Support Community. And we do have a website. You can search the Charlie and Don Patt Memorial.
We do. And the beautiful thing about this is if you're at home, maybe you're not a golfer, you can still take part for a tribute that we can recognize the loved one who has gone through a cancer diagnosis. And it's for as little as $5,
Yeah.
or you can be a sponsor if your company wants to dive in for a 5-figure amount. There are just so many ways, and it truly lends to that saying that every dollar is impactful.
Truly.
And no matter what you may have, if this event is the vehicle you want to participate with, we have plenty of ways to make that happen.
Absolutely. I'm always impressed by the number of not only golfers but sponsors that we achieve, plus the generosity at the actual event with individuals paying to have lunch with us, paying us to make tributes, paying us to make donations. Every dollar truly does help make a difference, so we appreciate any and all contributions.
All right, and next year, year 30.
Amazing.
So, have you thought about it yet? Are you going to have the planes flying over?
We would love to do something special, James. I look forward to working alongside you to make that happen. But really, our most significant milestone we were, as a family, looking to accomplish was to achieve $1 million for total cancer support here in the Lehigh Valley. Now that we're about to hit $1.2 million and hitting our 30th year, we want to continue to perpetuate this fundraising as long as we can for the cancer support community. Again, something that we believe so intently on. So we'll have to come up with something creative to celebrate that 30th year. But I can't thank the community, the golfers, the sponsors enough for the year in, year out participation. It's what makes this event happen.
And on behalf of the entire Greater Lehigh Valley Cancer community, we owe a thank you to you and your family for helping start this. Without the Patt family, there may not be a cancer support community, Greater Lehigh Valley, as we know it, and providing those key services, for the members impacted by cancer diagnosis.
It's very kind of you to acknowledge that, James, and obviously I'm just here as a representative of the family. I'm grateful to accept that recognition on behalf of Don and Doug and our entire family, so thank you very much.
You're welcome, and we're looking forward to it. May 18th, the club at Twin Lakes. You can search Charlie and Don Patt Memorial Golf Tournament through Google to find your way to the website, or visit cancersupportcommunityglv.org. We have it in our event section on the front page, and that'll get you over to the event for all the details. Join us for golf if there's still a spot available. You can join us for lunch, and just enjoy the day and the great participants and partners that we'll have there.
Absolutely. Every dollar helps, so thank you for your consideration.
All right, folks, we'll take a short break so we can thank our sponsors and partners of this episode. We'll be right back after this.
Spring has sprung at Azar Supermarket, 3131 Linden Street in Bedlam. They've still got their fantastic selection of the freshest, ripest fruits and vegetables, much of it grown right here at home in Pennsylvania. Visit that meat counter with chicken, beef, lamb, and halal products, along with olives, mezza, cheese, and much more. In addition to that great produce, stop by in the month of May and stock up on all your spring and summer floral needs. From hanging baskets to planters and herbs to veggies and more, Azar Supermarket, 3131 Linden Street in Bedlam, is your one-stop shop for home gardening needs. Azar's is open Monday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Sunday from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Shop Azar's, 3131 Linden Street in Bedlam for great value. Stop by Superior Hardware, 400 South 1st Street in Bangor for the following specials during the month of May. Painter's tape on sale for just $5.99 a roll. 25-quart Pacific coolers at $109.99. From May 12th through the 18th, it's buy one, get one free on Bez Look interior and exterior latex paints. Finally, May 21st through the 23rd is the Superior Hardware Milwaukee May sales event featuring 10% off Milwaukee tools. On Thursday, May 22nd, stop by between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. to meet the staff along with Milwaukee Rep Grant Fisher. It's all happening this May at Superior Hardware, 400 South 1st Street in Bangor.
The Ukrainian Homestead in Lehigh, Pennsylvania is kicking off the summer season with a polka dance featuring the Eddie Foreman Orchestra. On Sunday, May 24th, our big celebration starts at noon with music at 1 o'clock. The Ukrainian Homestead is located at 1230 Beaver Run Drive, Lehigh. Food and refreshments will be available cash only. For more information, visit our website, ukrhomestead.com, ukrhomestead.com. We'll see you there.
Chris's Polish Restaurant, located at 548 Main Street in Stroudsburg, serves up some of the best Polish food in northeastern Pennsylvania, serving a wide variety of traditional Polish dishes, including pierogi, gołąbki, kielbasa, Hungarian goulash, fresh fish, and more, in a comfortable and elegant setting. Chris's is open 7 days a week for breakfast, lunch, and dinner beginning at 9 a.m. Chris also operates a restaurant in New York City, located at 1866 86th Street in Brooklyn. Visit them online at www.chrisrestaurants.com. Call the Stroudsburg location at 272-200-3177 to reserve a table, ask about the menu, or order takeaway. Better yet, why not stop by Chris's Polish Restaurant, 548 Main Street in Stroudsburg today and sample their fresh, homemade Polish food personally. Chris's Polish Restaurant, 548 Main Street in Stroudsburg.
Welcome back to Cancer Support Community, Greater Lehigh Valley TV. I'm James J. Pepe, your host, and joining me for this segment is Ray Bridgeman. Ray, thanks for joining us.
Sure, glad to be here.
Ray, we've been working together for a couple years with the Do It for Don Music Festival, and before we get into the event stuff, I think it's important for our viewers at home to hear a little bit about the story of Dominic Bridgeman.
Yeah, so in April-ish of 2021, my son Dominic going through some health issues. Wasn't quite sure what the health issues were. 27-year-old kid, didn't want to go to the doctor. Finally ends up going to the emergency room, and at first thought it was ulcers. And you're like, 27-year-old kid with ulcers, oh well, it could be worse. Testing comes back and it ends up being cancer, just testicular cancer. So again, this is April of 2021. He gets admitted to the hospital, procedures, starts treatment, and then it runs pretty rapid that we end up losing him in June of 2021. But while he was in the hospital, I remember the day vividly. Again, during COVID, you were only allowed certain amount of visitors to be in the room. So we all had to take our shifts. Sitting there one afternoon, they have the doctor comes in and has the diagnosis kind of conversation, gives him 50-50 odds at the time, and you think, oh, that's going to knock you out. And in true Dominic fashion, and I'll clean it up here, I think the comment was similar to, screw it, let's get on with the plan and do what we got to do. That night, you're in a rough night, and you're trying to get over that news, but the next day I wake up to a text from him that says, hey, Dad, I know what I want to do. When I get out of here, I want to help people going through the same situation. Of course, raise money for research and services, but also try to get rid of the stigma that goes along with some of these cancers, like testicular cancer. If Dom was here today, he'd tell you he ignored symptoms, he put off follow-ups. The doctors told us, he had that for a while to progress the way he progressed. But that was his vision, was to figure out something, once he was out of the hospital, to figure out something good to do. When I read that text, I thought, okay, well, today we're going to spend just trying to sketch out vision, what we're going to do. And for those that knew Dominic, it wouldn't surprise them, by the time I got there that afternoon, he had already registered a foundation on LegalZoom. He had already created logos. He was ready to go. So what we say is we just took over what he started.
And you said he had the foundation. It was registered already. What's the name of the foundation for the folks at home?
It's Do It for Dom Focus Foundation.
Okay.
We took his layout. We put a little bit of spin and things like that on it, but that's he got it started and we took over. We are now on the 5th year event coming up.
All right, and this event takes place every summer, and it's the Do It for Dom Music Festival, where this is going to be my third, so I can say we get together, we celebrate Dom's life through hearing stories from you and other family members and the friends that come out. It's a day of music, a day for the community to come out and support others who have cancer. But how did the music festival portion, how did that start up, the 5 years ago?
Yeah, well, music was a big part of Dom's life. He loved all types of music. He actually created a lot of his own music, backtracks and things that I have no idea what that means. But that was a big part of his life. Between that and being in the restaurant business, he was bouncing around from the different restaurants, usually in the kitchen. And his last home, which we consider a second home, was Liberty Street Tap. So we've been concentrating on the music festival because it just made so much sense, because music was just a big part of Dom's life. So it made sense.
And so you say, okay, we're doing a music festival. How does a group of people, how'd you get that started to say, okay, this is how we're doing it?
Just trial and error. The first year we went gung ho. We had 15 bands and great event for the first year. And you learn how much work is involved. We have learned quantity's not always the best when it comes. That's a lot of moving parts. We've scaled it back. We're running 4 acts this year, so we always run now 4 to 5 acts. It makes it an easier flow for everybody. And it's just a good day of music, good day of awareness.
And so let's talk a little bit about this year's event, 5th annual Do It for Dom Music Festival. Few details, for the folks at home. Where are they going? When are they going? And who are they going to listen to? And what can they expect?
So July 12th will be the 4th year we're at the Still Pub Sports Bar and Grill in Bethlehem. We say doors open at 12:30. First band's going to go on at 1. Our performers this year are Tim Herrickle. We have Lily Moss, Emo Class Reunion, and Radio 1. And then we'll be running silent auction all day. There'll be a lot of talking in between sets. You guys come up and share your mission, your story. We'll talk about Dom's life and why we're doing what we're doing. It is just a good day of music, and awareness is the biggest key.
Mm-hmm. And one of the things that cancer support community can say is the funds have been raised by this event for us has helped us continue the mission that our previous guest Brad's family have put together when they helped start Cancer Support Community, was to provide programs and services on that social emotional side for people impacted by a cancer diagnosis free of charge.
Yeah.
And whether it's if somebody needs a wig, somebody needs a one-on-one counseling session, a support group, art therapy. The weather's getting good. We have gardening over at Rodale, in partnership with St. Luke's, that the dollars raised are providing significant help to people in our community. And just kind of hearing, when you said Dom was looking to help other people in the same situation, I'd say it's every year.
Yeah.
That's being fulfilled.
Yeah. You don't know how you're reaching people. First year, all his buddies came up and they're like, I went and got checked out. And you're like, okay. And then year over year, you think, or reaching out. But last year, before the event, I got a phone call from somebody who just said, I can't make it. Sorry. But I will tell you, we heard it. I'm cancer free.
That's a life saved. For people at home, hopefully there's an interest and they come out to this event. It's a great event. The Steel Pub, it's a good sized facility, so that's the good thing. It's not one of those small areas where you're going to come in and be arm to arm with people. You're going to have room. There's tables set up. There's the bar. There's a lot of space for people to enjoy the event.
It's a great live music facility. You'll enjoy the music. You'll enjoy the day. And no cover. All we ask is you come out, listen, make a donation.
And talk a little bit about the silent auction. I almost said raffles, but that is a silent auction.
We usually have a really great silent auction. There'll be some sports stuff in there. It's great for everybody. There's usually some private chef dinners in there. There's usually some private bartenders in your house events, things like that. It's a very unique silent auction. We have fun with it. So it's a great day. You should come out and enjoy it on July 12th.
And the beauty of that silent auction is most of the stuff, or all the stuff, it's there. You can see it. Yep. You get to read through. But then you go on your phone, you register, and you have access to all of it. So you're actually bidding from your phone, and you can set it up so your phone gets pinged when somebody else outbids you. Yeah. So you can get right back in. It's not one of those where you have to keep doing the lap around to see if somebody wrote something down, that was a higher number than yours. For anybody who may want to volunteer at an event like this, we at Cancer Support Community always are looking for volunteers to help out with this event. Ray, I know you have family that they provide some support day of, which is great. While the 5,000 things that you do running around, I think you go through about 3 shirts every year just from sweating.
Yeah, it is July.
But if somebody's interested in specifically volunteering for this event, go to our website, cancersupportglv.org. Just scroll down to the bottom to the info email address, click on that or put it into an email. Let us know that this is an event that you want to help with, and we'll have somebody from our staff get in touch with you about helping us on July 12th over at the Steel Pub. Ray, any last minute thoughts or words of advice? Like you said, you had somebody call a few years later, and the message that you've been getting out through this event has sunk in. So do you have anything you want to share with the folks at home?
Yeah, again, Dom's mission was pure awareness. And don't avoid what you need to do. Do the preliminary or the testing that nobody wants to do, the colonoscopies, whatever it is. Because the quicker they get there and they see it, the better your chance is. I mean, again, testicular cancer is one of those cancers that is really one that you can recover from as long as you catch it early. And that's the key. I mean, the awareness of staying on top of your health, do your checkups, do your preventive testing, and all that.
Well, that is a great message. And since COVID has hit, statistically, people stopped going.
Yeah.
The percentages are still way down for getting some of these tests before the 2020, 2021 period. And if you're in the age group, please call your doctors, get yourself checked. If you come from a family with high risk, talk to your doctor. You may have to talk to your insurance carrier as well, but there are sometimes some things that can be done because you come from a high risk family for certain types of cancers. But please get yourself checked out. I can sit here and say I've started that process myself, so I can say go get it done, and and having done it myself. So Ray, thank you, and to your family for all you do, for sharing Dominic's story, for picking up his vision and running with it. Our community is the beneficiary of all the effort you're putting in. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you for having us.
All right. Ray Bridgeman, Do It for Dom Foundation, Focus Foundation, and the Do It for Dom Music Festival. Again, Sunday, July 12th, Steel Pub in Bethlehem. Details can be found online on our website. We'll have links to go over. You can find it on all the social media channels. We'll be back to wrap the show up right after this.
The Blue Ridge Flea Market, located directly off Route 33 in Saylorsburg, is celebrating its 50th year of operation in 2026. With over 100 vendors each weekend, the Blue Ridge Flea Market is a treasure trove of rare collectibles, produce, and many other new and used items. The Blue Ridge Flea Market is open on Saturday and Sunday from 6:30 until 3 p.m. For more information, visit their website at BlueRidgeFleaMarket.com. That's BlueRidgeFleaMarket.com. They're located directly off Route 33 in Saylorsburg. Come find your treasure this weekend.
It's Queen's Nutritional Products, 1450 Pennsylvania Avenue in Allentown. The Novak family, still the proprietors. For a wide variety of high-quality vitamins, supplements, and herbs, shop Queen's Nutritional Products. From vitamin A to zinc and everything in between, the Queen Bee and her busy bees on staff can assist you. Queen's Nutritional Products also has a full line of dry and roasted nuts, dried fruits, and more. That historic nut hut still producing the best nuts and dried fruits in the Lehigh Valley. Queen's Nutritional Products also offers a variety of natural soaps, shampoos, toothpaste, and more, because what you put on your body is as important as what you put in it. Queen's Nutritional Products is open Monday through Wednesday and Saturday from 9 until 6, Thursday and Friday from 9 till 7, as well as Sunday from 11 till 4. Seniors get 10% off every day on many items in the store. Visit them online at queensnutrition.shop, or better yet, stop by Queen's Nutritional Products at 1450 Pennsylvania Avenue in Allentown.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us for this episode of Cancer Support Community Greater Lehigh Valley TV. I'm your host, James J. Pepe. Ciao for now.
Thank you for watching Cancer Support Community Greater Lehigh Valley TV. Join us next Tuesday at 9 p.m. for another great episode of CSCGLVTV right here on CWTAP.